Hey everyone, welcome to part 3 of the space shuttle tutorial. Be sure, and if you haven't already, be sure you watch part 1 and 2 of the tutorials. Part 1 covers the creation of the planet, and part 2 covers the creation of the shuttle. You're going to need these elements in order to complete the entire tutorial, which is going to be possibly a 3 to 4 part tutorial series. Also, be sure if you're enjoying these videos to hit like and subscribe so you'll be notified of future content. Maybe leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. I've been really enjoying making these tutorials so far, and just really want to know what people are thinking of these so far. Otherwise, let's get going. Also, be sure you watch the entire tutorial because I'm going to be giving you several tips and tricks on how to use Blender throughout all of these videos. Anyways, let's get going. So we got our shuttle here from part 2 of the series. I'm going to click on it, and we're going to just turn everything off, make it unselectable, not visible in the render view or in working view. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in a cylinder. We're going to hit Shift A, Mesh, Cylinder. We're going to go down to Add Cylinder before we do anything else. We're going to change vertices to 128. That gives us a lot of faces around this cylinder. Before we do anything, let's make sure and switch from normal to global if you don't have it already like that. Hit S to scale, hit 9. That makes it gigantic. S to scale, Z axis. Bring it down real small. Okay. Now hit Y. We're going to divide it in half horizontally along the x-axis. Make sure it snaps in place there right along the x-axis. Hit 3, go into faces mode. Alt-Z, go into X-ray mode. Select this whole bottom section. Delete all faces. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a modifier. Click on our little wrench over here. Go to Add Modifier. Generate Mirror. Turn off the x-axis. Turn on the z-axis. Okay, so we have two halves. Make sure and turn on clipping. And now we need to hit Alt-Z, go out of X-ray mode, select this top face. If you're not in faces mode, hit 3. Hit Extrude, S to scale, bring this in a bit. Then Extrude, S to scale again, bring it in a bit to kind of a central section here. Then we're going to select all these faces, holding Alt and left clicking right on this line right here. Delete all these faces. Okay, so we have an inner circle and outer circle. We're going to select this edge loop here, hit Extrude, Z-axis. Okay, looks good. Do an edge loop selection right here, hit Extrude, Z-axis. Okay, make sure everything snapped together there, looks good. Okay, we just got that one face there. Zoom out. Okay. Now what we want to do really quickly is we want to split this inner circle into quads. So we're going to go to the Z-axis. Looking down the Z-axis, so hit 1 to go to vertices mode. Select this vertice right here. And this one right here. Hit J to split across the middle. Same thing along the X-axis. Hit J, split along the middle. Okay. All right, so we got four sections here. Now what we're going to do is hit Z to look down our Z-axis again. Hit 3, go to make sure we're in faces mode. I'm going to select all these faces right here. Hit delete. And same thing with all these faces right here. Going to hit delete. Oops. What's going on here? Somehow we have a rogue face. We're just going to go ahead and delete that. No big deal. Delete faces. Okay, trying to see if I have any rogue faces in here at all. Nope, looks good. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to turn on Y and X in our mirror modifier. That recompletes everything we just deleted because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a lot of detail here, and we just want to kind of copy all around here without having to be repetitive, or at least without being too repetitive. Now we're going to hit Control R on this central circle. Just let it snap right there. And same thing on the outer one. Control R, let it snap in. And then we're going to hit Control. We're going to go to this little square right here around the edge of the mirror right here. Hit Control R. Roll your mouse wheel twice so we get 2 cuts. Now we're going to hit 3 to go to faces mode. Select these faces right here. We're going to hit Extrude, y-axis. Just bring them right to about the edge of the ring right here. And with those still selected, we're going to select these faces right here. We're going to delete all three. Now we're just going to kind of bring these in a bit. Select this vertex right here. Select these two. Kind of get a little better view so you see what we're doing here. Okay, deselect. Let's select this again. And then the last one, we're going to hit M to merge, L to last. Same thing here, M to merge. We're just basically snapping all these vertices together. Oops, not in. ML. Okay. So now we got what looks kind of like a steering wheel. We want to do another one going down the x-axis. Okay, so go over here, reselect these three faces right here. Hit extrude. Whoops. Hit X to go along the x-axis. Forgot that's shadow right there. A little bit of a oddity there. Kind of threw me off for a second. No big deal. Okay, we got these faces selected. These three right here, we're going to delete all of them. Okay, so these are empty over here, empty over here. Now we're just going to hit one, go to vertices mode, select this vertex right here, and this one, hit M, merge, L, last. Same thing again. Here, select these two, merge, last. Merge, last. Merge, last. And then this one right here, kind of hiding from us. Merge, last. Okay. Okay, so now what we have is it looks like a little, wagon wheel or something like that, or kind of like a steering wheel or something. That should be probably about the hardest part of this whole tutorial. Now we can have fun. So as you can see, we have one quad here that we're going to be making edits to. What we're going to do real quick is go to 3, go to faces mode. Let's go ahead and turn off X-ray mode. We don't need it right now. Mouse over this line and hold Alt. Click all these faces right here. Hit G, Z-axis. Just bring this up a bit more. Now we hit Control R, bring it in a bit. Do the same thing again. Select all these with the edge, the loop selection. Hit G, Z-axis, bring it up a bit. So we have a little bit more interest here. I'll tell you what, we're gonna maybe do the one along the outer edge. So Control R, and then instead this time we're gonna hit 2 to go to edges mode. Select all these. Hit G, Z-axis. So as you can see, we're starting to get a little more definition here, and we already have some faces here. So I'm going to select these two interfaces, not this outer track here. Same thing over here. Hit G, Z-axis, bring them up a bit. Make sure now we're not overlapping any faces or anything. All right. I'm going to go ahead and select this face, hit G, bring it up a bit. Give us a little more room. Okay, we're going to hit Control R. We're going to split this up into we're going to do 4 cuts here. Same thing here, 4 cuts here. Okay, so we got 4 cuts here. We got 4 cuts over here. We're going to select all these cuts. We're going to Control B, bevel these out a bit. Now we're going to hit E to extrude, bring them out some more. As you can see, we're getting a bit more detail here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of keep going with this. We're going to hit 3, go to faces mode, select this face here, here, here. Just keep following along, or you guys kind of getting the idea of what we're doing here. Now we're going to do E extrude as to scale. Okay, E extrude, bring them out a bit. Now let's go ahead and start adding some. Materials to this. Let's go down to our materials panel, and we're going to add new. We're going to make space station 1, and we're just going to give it kind of a teal blue color, kind of grayish. Try to just bring it down a bit. Try not to make it too blue. Cool. I'll tell you what, let's hit 3, make sure we're in faces mode, select these faces here, here, here. I'm going to try to define a couple of different colors. Try to get too colorful with this, but just a little more variety and everything. Okay, we have plus, and I'll tell you what, we're going to add the space station one again, except we're going to hit new material, which makes a copy of it. We're going to rename it to space station 2. Going to hit assign, and when we change the color of this, it'll make it a little different, differentiate a little bit from the rest of the space station. So we're just going to go a little darker. Okay. Still got kind of a futuristic wagon wheel here. Okay, looking good. Hit 2 to go to edges mode. Select this edge right here. This one right here. We're getting kind of a weird series of selections right here, so we're just going to go a couple at a time. Select this edge here and here. Hit G, bring it down, Z-axis. Okay, we're going to Control R, and we're going to roll our mouse a couple times. We're going to do 4 cuts here. You'll see why here in a minute. Let's see, we've already got an emission shader, so we're going to hit plus to add another material to this. We're going to go to our engines shader, and we're going to make a new material off of that. And we're going to make this windows. And we're actually going to make it more of a orangish yellow color. Then what we're going to do is we're going to hit 3, make sure we're in faces mode. We're just going to kind of select some faces at random here. You guys are probably getting an idea of what we're doing here. Oops, don't want to be too repetitive here. Okay, with all those selected, let's go down to Windows and click Assign. Whoa, that's really bright. These guys are going to have a hell of a power bill. Okay, I'm going to turn this down to 10. Now we're going to turn it down to 5. Tell you what, we're going to turn the color up to 1. Or I'm sorry, we're going to make it more white, I guess. I think what we're going to do is we're going to select where the windows are. We're going to make these a little thinner. Whoops, forgot we can't do that. Select all these. Tell you what, I'm going to go over to preview mode so you can kind of see what we're doing better. Okay, we're going back to preview mode just to make sure we got our window selected. Yes, we do. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're on individual origins, so we're going to hit S to scale, Z-axis. We're just going to bring these down a bit, and then we're actually going to hit G, Z-axis, so we kind of crush that middle section of Windows 2. There, that's a little bit better. Okay, now we're going to add some to these outer loops as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit Control R along here. We're going to roll. We're going to make about 6 cuts here. These windows will be a little bit longer. I think the luxury suites are on this side of the space station. I'm going to bring this down. Select these faces in faces mode by hitting 3. Okay, we just want to make sure we're not messing with the geometry of the arms or the support beams, whatever you call them. Hit G, Z-axis. Bring these down. Gonna hit Control R along here, split these up. Okay, those are looking fairly good. I'll tell you what, we're going to hit 3 faces mode. It's gonna start just kind of selecting again faces at random. Actually, no. Let's skip one there. Not that one. Oops, not that one. Okay, select our windows, assign. As you can see, we're kind of starting to get what's like a populated space station here, although we've got a little bit of a weird repetition here, so we need to fix that. Select, I think I'll tell you what, select that one, assign, and then we're gonna disable, I think we're gonna make this the regular space station. Okay. Okay, let's go to our outer loop here. Oops, here we are. All right, select these, just kind of start selecting again at random. Nope, don't want that. Tell you what, while we're over here, it's going to go ahead and select some of these, skip over. Nope. All right, got all these selected. Tell you what, we're going to select all these rings that have the lights on them. Just do a loop selections. Okay, we still got our pivot point on. It has to scale, Z-axis. Okay. The same thing down here. Just need to be careful not to modify the geometry over here. Select over here. Okay, yes, to scale, Z-axis. Whoops, wrong way. Crush those down real good. Okay, so we're having kind of looks like a little space station so far. We need to expand it a bit more. Just add some kind of random details here. We're gonna go back to these arms here. Still in faces mode, just selecting some faces here. Oh, not that one. Okay, you'd extrude as to scale. G, move along the Z-axis, just kind of crush them down a bit. Okay, you'd extrude. Let's go to our preview mode so we make sure we can see what we're doing here. Just going to select these faces that wrap around here. So go to preview mode, see how we're looking. Tell you what, let's look down our z-axis, turn on x-ray mode, select these. These little things are kind of sticking out here. Those can be maybe docking areas for smaller ships or something like that. Whenever you're concepting things, you have to kind of talk to yourself and ask you, what's this do? What's this? You know, don't just throw in random things. Okay, zoom out. Gonna select Space Station 1. There. I think we'll add just a little bit more detail. Actually, let's yeah. Select these. Okay, let's do inset. Okay, each one of these is inset individual. Well, actually, they're set inset together. Heat extrude, bring them up. And then we're going to assign Space Station 1 to those. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and expand this thing. Let's see, we're not in edit mode, so we're going to go to our mirror modifier, hit apply. So now we have the full thing. Let's see, Alt Z, get out of X-ray mode. I'm going to select these faces and these faces right here. You right click, dissolve faces, because we want these to be solid spheres. I'm sorry, we want these to be solid circles. Okay, we're going to do, see, we still got individual faces. We're going to do heat extrude as to scale. And then heat extrude, z-axis. Actually, no, we want these to go opposite directions. Okay, so we want to go to normal. We're going to hit heat extrude. Actually, let's do S to scale, z-axis. Oh, wait, I forgot. We need to go to median point, S to scale, z-axis. Okay. Then let's just go ahead and do Control B to bevel. Okay, so this is the top part, I guess, of the space station. We're going to heat extrude, S to scale. All right, heat extrude, bring it in just a little bit. Okay, so we've got this interface here, so let's select it. Make sure in faces mode. Heat extrude, S to scale, bring it in a bit. Now what we want to do is look down our z-axis and find the set of vertices right here that kind of lines up to this, the edge of this arm right here. Same thing over here. Hit J to cut across. Same thing right here. Should be straight across. Okay, hit 3. Okay, select this face right here. Heat extrude, bring it in deep. Actually, yeah, go ahead and bring it in deep. All right, Control R, just kind of bring it up here to the edge here. Control B to bevel it. Let's see what we got so far. Okay, with that series of faces selected, let's go to our materials. We're going to apply the windows to it. We're going to select this back one, hit 3, go to faces mode. Apply the windows to it. I'll tell you what we're going to do right now is we're going to select this whole thing, hit tab. Let's see what we got going on down here. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Now what we're going to do is this is going to be a little tricky. We're going to hit Alt Z to go into X-ray mode. We're going to select everything. And let's see, let's go ahead and hit Y. So we're looking down our Y-axis. We're going to hit G, Z-axis, move this whole thing up. Let's see, going to turn back to global. Now, as you'll see, the 3D cursor is right here. It's still in the middle of the this grid right here. It's not aligned to this. We want to leave it that way for right now. Because what we're going to do is we're going to apply another, yes, not another mirror modifier, yes, another one. We're going to turn off the X, we're going to turn on Z. As you can see, we have a perfect copy down below. So I think I'm going to hit Tab, go back to edit mode, hit G, Z axis, bring this down, bring them a little closer together. Now what we're going to do is we need to meet in the middle. Alt Z, turn off X-ray mode, hit 3, make sure we're in faces mode. Now we're going to hit G, Z axis, bring this down, that's the scale. Check our previous geometry. Okay. We're going to Extrude, that's the scale. Extrude. Bring this down a bit more. Extrude, that's the scale. G, Z axis. Extrude, that's the scale. Extrude, Z axis. Hit delete, faces. Let's turn on clipping. Now we just need to select this edge right here. Holding Alt, click on the edge, select it as an edge loop. Hit G, Z axis, and done. We've connected our space station. We have shuttle bays on both sides, lots of lights on. You can't imagine what the power bill for this thing would be like. Okay. Just going to go in here and add some extra details. Control B. That's the scale. Hit Control B again. That's the scale. Scale along the Z axis. We're just kind of going in, adding some extra details, just to kind of give it a little more interest. Whoops, no, we're done with that. Let's see, hit 2, just select these edges right here. Hit Control B, bevel them again. Hit 3, select these, that's the scale. Tell you what, we need to go through and assign some different textures here. So hit 3, faces mode. Select these and these. Okay, with all those selected, we're going to change these to, say, assign space station 2. Do the same thing up here. Oops, don't want those. We want these. Let's see, we need a dark texture. Let's just add a new one. Add new. Turn it way down. I'm going to select these here and these. Just going to change this to dark. Tell you what, I'm going to go up here, bring this down, Control R, 3, select these faces, that's the scale, assign. So if you've seen the movie 2001 Space Odyssey, yeah, you probably recognize this, or at least it looks similar to it. I think we're just going to add a little bit more detail to it, but we're just about done here, guys, so we can move on to the next part of the tutorial. Let's see, select, let's go look down our Z-axis. Select this one right here, this one, hit J. Hit 3, go to faces mode, select these faces. So do an inset. Hit extrude. I don't like the way that looks now. So select all these, inset, how's that look? Hit extrude. Add our farther space station texture. Okay, guys, I think we're good here. We've got our space station now. We've got our shuttle. Let's see, let's rename this. I don't know, we want to rename our cylinder to space station. Let's turn our shuttle back on. Wow, that is a gigantic shuttle. So what we need to do is we need to move our space station over, hit G, or let's see, Y-axis. And we're gonna hit S to scale, 9. Now looks like the space station is much bigger. Shuttle looks a little more realistically in proportion. How we're gonna select our space station again, hit S to scale, hit 3. There, that's more of the scale we want. Because the space station needs to be gigantic in comparison to the shuttle for it to work whenever we move this over into the next part of our tutorial. Anyways, guys, scale, zoom in here, take a look and see. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, be sure to hit like and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment below. Yeah, just let's just keep going, guys. We've got I think probably one more tutorial to go after this, and then we're done. Hope you guys are enjoying these, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.